Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the show. James here, your host on this beautiful Jackeery channel. Now, guys, we have an amazing show lined up with a bunch of very good deals and beautiful prices for you all to be had. And I'm going to honestly go there with you guys. Great deals. Now, remember, this show is here for you, and we have that 5% discount code. That 5% discount code is if you guys spend over $1,000, you guys can take another 5% off of that purchase of Jackeery products. We do that for you guys, especially live during these shows, so you guys can actually get an extra 5% off for staying here, hanging out, and watching the show, of course, with that. Now, you're going to also notice that we got some banners rotating, and those banners are going to be showing a few little different products at some very cool price points, like that 1000 V2 for $399. Now, remember, guys, you're going to have to get that with that code 1000 live on our show tonight. So that's where you're going to get it for $399. Otherwise, it's $429 for you Prime members on hand. Now, Phil, what's up, buddy? How you doing? What's cracking? And you know what? Hey, look, I shaved. I wasn't going to shave. I was going to do the no shave November a lot longer, but then I was like, nah, it was shave time. All right. Oh. Now, what I can also tell you is we got a bunch of very amazing products lined up on the table, on the floor over here, running some lights and all the other stuff. I was actually messing with some of these power stations the other day, running some other devices. But we're going to start the show off with the 1000 V2. That is a beautiful 1070 watt hours of power on an amazing little package. If we pop over here to the table, you're going to see, of course, that nice little stack of products there, including a really cool little power charger that you guys may not know that they offer, but they do offer. That's going to be that bad boy right down there. Now, this is not in the show. I'm just showing you guys. They do offer a 102 watt power brick for your wall with the USB-C cable. So if you guys are looking for something like that, go ahead and check it out. Now, the 1000 V2 is, of course, that beautiful 24-pound power station right there. Ignore the couch in the background. Did not realize that there was a little wrinkle in the thing, but hey, we're just going to go with this, right? 1070 watt hours of power that can be fully charged in 2 hours' time. That's right. Standard 2-hour charging. Now, standard 2-hour charging is actually really amazingly well done for a majority of their newer products. And I like that, I can take one of their largest stations, like the 2000 plus, have it charged in 2 hours. Now, the cool part is Jackeery said, hey, you know what? It's not good enough for the people. Let's make sure they can actually charge it quicker in times of need. So let's say you guys have a natural disaster, maybe a tornado, a hurricane, maybe a flash flood warning. Maybe you guys know a big snowstorm's coming. And you need to make sure that that power station's charged quick in a quickly manner. Jackeery says, hey, go ahead, turn on the app, connect it up, and switch over the 1 hour charge rate. And you guys can do that with the 1000 V2 on this. You guys can switch the little switch inside the app, go on emergency charge rate, and do that 1 hour charging, which is amazing. You're going to have multiple points of connections on this device. First and foremost, you're going to see the 12 volt 10 amp DC plug, which is your cigarette lighter style adapter. That's going to be good for, like, let's say dash cameras. It's going to be good for, not really good for dash cameras, but that's what you would use in your car. It would be good for air mattresses. It would be good for, inflatable rafts. It would be good for other devices that take a 12 volt style plug. Maybe your old school carpet cleaner or little vacuum for your car. That's where that would work. You have three USB ports. 2 of those are USB-Cs, and then you have 1 USB-A port. You're gonna have a 30 watt port on the top, 100 watt port in the middle, and a 15 watt USB or 18 watt USB-A port at the bottom. Now, the USB-C ports are for your more power hungry devices. USB-A port is going to be for your standard lower power devices of that usage. Still fine. You guys are going to be able to charge quite a bit with this. Digital display, which is going to tell you guys the battery percentage. It's going to allow you guys to see, of course, their devices. So if I come over here and kind of turn it on, you guys see the display will come on. It's going to show 34% of the battery and all of the other cool little pieces with this. Now, if I kind of rotated the station a little more, you guys can see it a little bit better with that. But it's a great idea to be able to see the battery percentage on the screen and see your usage draw and input with that as well. You're going to get a flashlight that, of course, is going to do well for everybody. It's got 3 modes of lighting: standard low light, standard highlight, and SOS pattern. Your SOS pattern is going to be for like warning people that you might need help. So let's say a flood came, you're up on the roof of your house, you have the Jackeery power station with you because you climbed high, but you want to trigger a signal out there so people know that you're there. A flashing light is a standard trigger signal for that, and of course this will allow for that. Below that is 3 AC outlets, guys. Those are going to do 1,500 watts of pure sine wave power. With that, you guys could peak at 3,000 if you need to. That's because they want to make sure that if you guys need to plug something a little more power hungry, you can do that with this, which is great. Your quick charging is phenomenal, but you guys can also do it with solar panels if you want to. Connect up a couple 200-watt panels. You're up and charging about 2.5 hours with like 400, a few of those, which is definitely well-rounded timing. All their devices are made with a UL94V-0 flame retardant shell. It's also going to have a UL2743 drop resistance or drop testing. That's going to be like, I think it's like 40 inches or less with that. Pretty much, a few feet, you should be fine of dropping this. Most of us probably won't drop a station this big. What type of devices could you run with the 1000 V2? Well, first and foremost, PC Phil could probably plug in his PC and run a 200-watt desktop PC for like 6 to 7 hours. He could plug in this 100-watt, refrigerator running for over 12 hours ish. And I see that with the refrigerator, you're going to get a little bit longer because not everybody is opening their doors on the refrigerator, so you'll get a longer runtime because your refrigerators don't stay running constantly. They kick on and off with the compressor. So at lower draws, it's going to take lower power, which is great with that. You guys could do drone batteries, projectors, Bluetooth speakers, space heaters. The size of the sun with that, flat screen TV. Maybe you guys want to do portable frozen daiquiris. You have it out there. For $399 is your final price tonight if you use that discount code that I shared over on the other side, but I will share it with you guys on the Jackeery side as well. So let me share that right there. So that's going to be that code to get it for $399. If you guys don't use it, you're going to get it for $429. Normally, it's an $800 price tag. It's a decently well done price. You guys could also get it as a package deal with, of course, 2 of their 100-watt solar panels for $748. Normally a $1,300 price tag. So you're going to get 2 of those beautiful 100-watt bifacial solar panels. That's going to do well for $748. It's a great price point. Phenomenal. You guys have 2 of the panels. Add 2 more, and you guys have that 2.5 hour, about 2.5 hour, plus charge time, which is very, very well done. And waterproof, water resistant solar panels is what's going to come in this kit. It's going to come with the cables. This device has 2 DC plugs on the side. You guys can do wall charging. You guys can charge it in a car if you wanted to while you're traveling. But a nice variety for those. If you don't want it with a dual solar panel package, you guys can get it with a single 100-watt panel for like $599. Now, that's a 43% savings. Normally, it's like $1,045, $1,049, I think it is, ish price. So for $599, you're getting a great deal. I mean, it's a good product at a great price point that will, of course, last you for quite a good stretch of time. Now, like most of their systems, they are made from LiFePO 4 cells. The battery is going to give you about 10 years for the first 100% of the battery. That's about 4,000 to 6,000 charge cycles. After that 10 years, you're going to have 70 to 80% battery capacity left. But it's going to last you a lot longer than 10 years, so don't worry about it. Any questions about the 1000 V2, go ahead and ask. We are definitely here to answer. And now we are going to move on to a little bit bigger of station. This one's actually a really beautiful one. This is a newer station. This is the 3600 Plus. Now, the 3600 Plus is going to come in at like $16.99 today, which is a great price point. You could use the code, or you guys could just click it because it's literally $16.99 on Amazon. When I move the camera, you guys are going to see over here, we have other devices. We are talking about that bad boy right there. That is the 3600 plus. This is their newest power station. It's about 77 pounds, so it does weigh a little bit. You don't have to worry about it. It does have handles, so if you guys want to manhandle it, go ahead. If you need to, there's actually a foldable handle back here. I'm going to kind of zoom the camera back a little, see if I can get you guys a little bit better view. So back here, if you ignore my knee, there is a handle that's going to allow you to pop it up, tip it, and you guys can see how easy. I'm not putting any work into that to tip it and move it. So you guys have the connectability, usability of moving it around like that. With this device, you're getting about 3,500. It's 3,584, so 3,584 watt hours of power. You're going to get multiple ports of connections. You're going to get a larger display. You're going to get a power button, so if you guys really want to turn it on, which we can, you're going to see it's going to come on. It's 27% charged. I should charge it. I have yet to charge it because I haven't really used a ton of it. Plus, it's a big battery. You're going to have a NEMA style plug over here that's going to do 120 volts. It's going to do, of course, 3,600 watts of pure sine wave through that. Could peak over the if you truly need to. You're going to get two USB-A ports right here. These two USB-A ports are going to be 18 watts max charging capability. Below that is going to be your two USB-C ports as well. Those USB-C ports right there are going to do 100 watts charging capability with that on hand. Now, besides those ports, you're going to see four more AC outlets. Those four AC outlets are going to be your standard three-pronged American plug outlets. They're going to allow you to, of course, charge and do everything you want for larger devices, because 3,600 watts is a lot of pure sine wave power. Let's see. If you plugged in something that drew 3,600 watts, guys, you're going to get, of course, that 1 hour of usage, right? It's watt hours, 3,584. You're going to be using a fridge. You're going to get a longer runtime with this. It's considerably smaller than some of the others in the size range on the market, which is actually really, really beautiful with this. You're going to get full app control, again, made with cell-to-body technology. You guys should get over 10 years battery lifespan without a problem. You're going to get 5 years warranty coverage with these. They are what's called thermal duro, which is an exclusive cell technology in these, which means you guys can run these at like minus 20 Celsius all the way up to 45 degrees Celsius on this one, which is a little bit different than some of the others, but really kind of cool that they added that to this. Your charging time with this device is going to be approximately 4 hours with 1,000 watts of solar panels. So let's say you got two of the 500X solar panels. That's, of course, a 4-hour charge time. If you want to plug it into your wall AC outlet and charge it off your home electric grid, about 2.5 hours is going to be your charge time. Solar panel and wall grid together, about 2 hours, so you guys got an even quicker charge with that. Now, the devices can range from a lot of different devices being ran off of this, from your house washer for like 5 hours off of the device alone, to about 120 hours with the 5-watt light bulb, maybe 2-3 days with a 100-watt refrigerator. You guys could do a portable AC for over about 3 hours with it or ish. Now, the device isn't just as it is. I mean, it's a beautiful piece by itself for like $16.99 today, normally $2,800 price tag. But you can do more to it. So there are definitely different connections that can be connected up to it. You guys can connect it up to your electric power grid with a manual transfer station. It has a plug on the side. So I'm going to kind of turn it for you guys. We're going to bring the camera down and angle it for you. Now you're going to notice, of course, a few different connections on this device. This top one is going to be your linking cable or transfer station plug. Below that is going to be your DC plugs, your 80/20 plugs. That's going to allow you to connect up your solar panel. On the bottom is your standard wall plug. That's going to allow you to charge this, and of course, that beautiful 2.5-hour charge time. You got this other plug over here, and this is for actually adding batteries. You guys can add up to 5 batteries with this, which is phenomenal. I mean, it's going to give you guys a great range of power with that. So, I mean, it's pretty phenomenal where you can go with 5 extra batteries. It's just definitely there. I mean, with 5 extra batteries, it's like 18,000 watt hours. So that's great. Link it up with the second one, add 10 batteries. You're going to have like 43, Gotta do the math. I think it's like 43 kilowatts of hours is like the max with this. But great range on hand. And of course, on a part that I just short circuit with. But very cool. I like it. Full app control. So you guys do have app control with this. So everything is still controlled off of the app and controlled on hand if you need. Portable. It's still definitely a portable system. I mean, is it more geared towards your home? Yeah, it's geared towards homesteading, running your garages, small businesses, everything else in between. But it is definitely can be portableized with this. You guys can do electric, you like your microwave for like 4+ hours. You guys could do a rice cooker for over 7.5 hours, maybe a coffee machine for 2.5 hours with this. If you guys want to use yard equipment, maybe like a weed eater, 3.5 hours, maybe a hand drill, 11 hours. It's just going to range with the power ratings of what you're going to do. Let's say you want to run your Wi-Fi router. You guys can run a Wi-Fi router for over 86 hours off of this device just by itself alone. Maybe 70 tablet charges, maybe about 150 cell phone charges, 43 laptop charges. You guys can do, you know what, space heater, like 350 watt draw. It's getting close to that time of year where people are going to start using heaters. 7 hours or so with that, which is actually very, very phenomenal. And I actually love that idea. So it's a really great option on hand. Now, the cool part with this one is it's made with the UPS, or it can be used as a UPS or uninterruptible power supply with a 10 milliseconds of switchover. That's right, 0.01. So really uninterruptible power supply for this, which is great and very amazing. Now, it is created with what's called zero drain. So most lithium batteries are going to have a zero drain for the first year without having to recharge them. But I do recommend plugging it in every 2.5 to 3 months to keep the battery tendered and, of course, up to prime with it on hand. So if you guys are looking for something like that, definitely check this out. It's a phenomenally well done piece. And for that price point, it's definitely worth checking out. Now, if you want to get it as a package deal, you guys can spend $2,999. And you guys can get it with, of course, 2 of those beautiful 200-watt solar panels. Normally $3,700 price tag, but you're going to get it and some solar panels. Now, the other option you guys could do with the 3600 Plus is getting the full package. You can get the 3600 Plus, the extra battery, and 2 solar panels. So by getting that 2 solar panels, right, you're going to have an amazing amount of connectability, chargeability, and you're going to get 7,168 watt hours of power. So you're getting a good amount of power with that. And I like that idea. So you're going to get an amazing amount of power on top of this. So, of course, then again, you add 6 batteries and you guys have a crazy amount of power. So it's just an awesome option with that. You're getting the extra battery with this one. You're getting the panels and everything else. So $3,700 for that package. Now, remember, though, you guys can use the 5% discount code and save an extra 5% off of the top. Now, I've actually been using this a couple times this week. I used it to power up, what was I doing? Movie projectors. And I was playing around with portable monitors. I was playing around with the Nintendo Switch. This thing came in handy. I was also using the old 600 Plus that they did have. That was another great one. So very phenomenally well done. 3600 Plus is definitely going to be an amazing system for you guys. Now, I believe we're going to be moving over to, I think, the 300. This is going to be a handheld device, guys. Nice, portable. It's going to be about 7 pounds of weight. So you guys have this nice handheld one. You guys can see how easy I'm moving and talking my hand with it. Do I recommend you guys holding it like I am? No. You might drop this on your feet. Just, it's possible. Julian, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Juliana, my bad. I read that incorrectly. Now I feel like I shouldn't have read it. Just going to walk off stage. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Now, the 300. This is 293 watt hours of power in a 7-pound package. So 7 pounds is very lightweight, portable. Can be taken pretty much anywhere you want. You guys could carry it into the campsite. You guys could carry it off into the woods and use it for photography, to charge your cameras, your lighting gear. You guys could do pretty much quick emergencies. At 7 pounds, it's very, very portable. Most children, if you guys know the grip of a kid in their candy bag, they could carry this. Don't worry about it. 7 pounds. It's lightweight. It's very, very beautifully done. On the bottom, like most of their stations, has the silicone padding so you can set it down and not worry about the surfaces it's put on. On the side is the beautiful cooling in bright orange device. It has, of course, the fixed handle with this one. It's going to be about a 3.5 hour charge rate on this device. It has a 12 volt 10 amp cigarette lighter plug like most of them. It's going to have a display. The display on this one's a little bit different than the others. The color pattern is a little bit different, but still very visible, very easily accessibly read. That is going to be your wall plug. It's going to be a DC plug. It's going to be an 8mm plug. That 8mm plug is going to allow you to charge at a very beautiful charge rate, but it's only going to be about 3.5 hour charge time with this off of that plug. If you want to use that USB-C port, and there is a USB-C port on this one, 60 watts of draw, in and out, bi-directional. You guys can charge this, of course, at 3 hours of charge time. Add that and, of course, the wall plug, and you have a 2-hour charge rate. You have 2 USB-A ports and, of course, 2 AC outlets. Now, the AC outlets are going to do 300 watts of pure sine wave power, can peak at 500 for you. You guys can do 12 cell phone charges, run a Nintendo Switch for 40 hours. You guys could do quite a bit with this. You guys could run that flat screen TV for 3.5 to 4 hours. You could do a mini fridge. You guys could do an electric blanket. You could run a CPAP machine, or, of course, if you want to, charge your cell phones and charge that power bank for your cell phone. You guys know what I'm talking about. A lot of you people carry them little power banks. So this is a great option. Very beautifully well done. By itself, it's amazing. $169 is the price tag. But if you want to get it as a package deal, you guys can get it with the 100-watt solar panel for like $299. So this is a great one. This is going to allow you to charge it, of course, off solar. It's going to take you a little bit, though. Just know it only charges at 100 watts. So that's your charge rate. So 100-watt panel, device only charges at 100 watts, but it's going to do well. Fully waterproof, water resistant. Guys, this is literally, it might be 15 pounds total weight, maybe a little less. So 300, very, very amazing little station that's going to work well for a lot of you. If you don't want a smaller station, you guys can go a little bit bigger. It's still going to be small, but it's not going to be crazily too big. We go back to the table. We're going to move over to the middle. You guys are going to see me zoom out slightly, and you guys are going to see that station right there. That is what's called the Jackeery Explorer 500. Now, the Jackeery Explorer 500 is 518 watt hours of power in a 13-pound package. Only weighs 13 pounds. Now, it does have a flashlight on the side. The flashlight does 2 modes, standard light brightness or SOS pattern. It has the fixed handle like the 300 because this is one of the originals. It's going to take you about 5.5 hours to fully charge this on a wall plug. It's going to be the same in your cigarette lighter car or a cigarette lighter adapter plug in your car, charging it in your car. If you have the 100-watt solar panel, it's going to take about 7.5 hours to charge this device. But it can be done. Normally, it's a $500 power station. It's going to cost you about $298.97. With this, it's an amazing little piece of product. You have one AC outlet that's going to do 500 watts of pure sine wave power, can peak at 1,000 if you need to. It's going to have 3 USB-A ports, and those USB-A ports are going to do 5 volt, 2.4 amps. You're going to get 3 DC plugs. Those are going to be output ports. You're going to get the 12 volt 10 amp cigarette lighter plug, and then you're going to get 2 6.5mm plugs as well. Now, above that is going to be your 8mm input port on top. Thanks, Phil. What's up, buddy? Just ignore me in the cough drop. Allergies, guys, allergies. What could you run this device and what could be ran off of it and how long time? 9 hours with the mini cooler, maybe 50 minutes with a blender, Maybe you guys want to do 8 hours with an air compressor. That's like a single pump air compressor. You guys can do 8 hours. 7 hours with the flat screen TV. Maybe 30 hours with the laptop. You guys can do maybe 9 hours at the CPAP machine. My son loves cough drops. Gotta lock them up. You should get them the old, you remember the old cherry ones that all of us kids used to eat as candy? The Ludens? I'm just gonna say it. Yeah. Yep, the Ludens. Oh, I used to beg my mom to buy those for me as a kid, and I would devour the whole box before we got home. Alright, back to this power station. So, you have quite a range of things that you can use with the 500, and it's amazing with that. Now, you guys can get it by itself for $298.97, or you guys can pair it with the 100-watt solar panel for $468.98. Either way, you're saving 40% off of the station by itself, or 41% off of the station with the solar panel. It's an amazing... yeah, I know they have them. I was just laughing about it. That's pretty funny, though. If you guys want to step it up a little bit, let's get a little bit more power. Let's, just get a little extra oomph going to us. We can do that beautiful station back there, the 2000 V2. Now, reason I went back to this camera is because we're going to pop over here. I'm going to grab the app. Let's hope I'm logged in today. There was a bunch of updates. We're going to turn on that flashlight. You guys can see that flashlight come on right behind me, right? We're going to go brighter with that flashlight. If I want to, we can turn SOS pattern. So if I want to warn somebody that, hey, I need help, SOS pattern would be the go-to. Now, with it, I can even turn on the display, and you guys can kind of see that from here. But if I pop over to the camera, you guys are going to notice that, hey, look at that. It's a beautiful little station. Now, with this device, 2,042 watt-hours of power built into it. Again, standard 2-hour charge time is what you got with this 2000 V2. Now, because it's got Charge Shield 2.0, it has that emergency 1-hour charge rate if you really need to, which is great. You got, of course, the two USB-C ports, 30-watt port, 100-watt port. I'm using the 30-watt port right now, but it's not drawing no power because the light I have plugged in has a built-in battery, so it must be fully charged at the moment, so it has no draw. It's got an 18-watt USB-A port. It's got a 12-volt 10-amp spirit lighter plug, that flashlight that we just showed you guys, 3 modes of lighting, and that beautiful display. You're going to get 3 AC outlets that are going to do 2,200 watts of pure sine wave power. Can peak at 4,400 if you guys need to. At 4,400 watts, guys, you are powering, pretty much your kitchen stove. You're powering your hot water tank. You're powering your gaming PCs. You're powering your TVs, your CPAP machines, maybe your data centers. It can do all of that. Now, here's where it's going to be kind of cool. Because it has the quick charge rate of 2 hours, and if you need to go in that 1 hour, it's going to be well done. If you had enough solar panels, you guys could charge it at 2 hours as well. It has that option. This is an $800 price tag today for 47% off. Normally, it's going to be a $1,500 price point. You guys are getting it for $799 today. $799 is a phenomenal price point. You don't have to put no codes in. It's already there for you, so don't worry about it. Now, with the device, though, you guys could run quite a bit. Let's say 200-watt desktop PC for 12 hours. You guys can run a 100-watt laptop for 24 hours. You guys can run a 5-watt light bulb for multiple days on this device. There's no issue. You guys can run your 520-watt refrigerator for multiple hours as too. Your 1150-watt window AC for over 2 hours without a problem. It's got quite a large range of usage. Now, it does weigh approximately, and I'm going to go here with you guys, it weighs, of course, 39 pounds. It's definitely heavier than the 1000 V2. Is it so heavy that you can't carry it around or move it around? No. It's still very portable for most people. Do I recommend carrying it around all day? No, I don't. Could you? I mean, if you're strong enough, go ahead and have fun. Now, with the 2000 V2, you got that full app control. You got a lot of different run times. So, let's say you want to run a refrigerator. A 100-watt refrigerator is going to give you multiple days. A 200-watt refrigerator should give you about 26 hours. Your coffee maker is going to be about 3 hours of runtime. Maybe 64 hours with a light bulb. Maybe 80 phone charges on hand. You guys have, of course, the beautiful usability. Now, this is the original one that had the original cell to body built into it. So the size shrunk down from the larger stations that were out there. 2000 V2 is a phenomenal product. If you're looking for one, definitely check it out. If you want it as a package deal, well, then get the 2000 V2 and the two 200-watt solar panels for $1,200. Now, that's going to be a $2,500 price tag normally. For $1,200 tonight, it's a great deal. You guys can use that 5% discount code and save yourself 5% as well, which is a great idea. Phenomenally beautiful little piece. $11.99, great little option with the package deal. Now we are going to move to the table. We're going to move to that shadowy area that we always tell our kids not to go to. We're going to go to there. I am trying to get another light, guys, to get rid of that shadow. Hard finding one, but I'm trying to get rid of it. This is what's called the 30,000 power station. This is a newer station that Jackeery came out with. Now, I'm actually using this right now. You guys can see that lighting connected up to it. We have some RGB lighting running off of it right now. If I go over to the 3000 and we attempt to connect up to the Bluetooth connection, which I might not have it connected since I updated everything, but it should connect into the... Let's see if we can get it to connect up. Let's go here. It's probably just me, but it could be my app right now. But that's, of course, an amazing little power station that's going to do well. This is a phenomenal station that they just created. Now I'm going to go here. 3,072 watt hours of power. It weighs a little bit less than the 3600 at 59 pounds, but it's got a lot of different connectabilities for you. And I'm going to kind of walk over to it with this one. This one is 56% off today. Yeah, Phil. So the 3600 plus is 50, or the 3000 is 56% off. Now, we're going to kind of go into that, Phil. You see that $1,099 price tag, right? This thing is a powerhouse of a station. That's why I'm going to get up. Hopefully I don't trip on anything. Hopefully I get over here. So with this device, it still has that nice large display. Of course, we're using about 19 watts of power. It has two handles on the side, so I can still lift this and move it around. On the side is going to be the AC outlet and the DC solar panel connection. With this, you got 4 of the standard 3-prong wall plugs. Then you're going to have that NEMA plug sitting right here as well. 12 volt 10 amp DC plug, 2 USB-C ports and 100 watts max, 2 USB-A ports. If I hit the switch, it's going to turn that light off. If I hit it again, it's going to bring that light back on just that quick. So there's not a lot of delay time when I'm flipping that switch to activate the plug or shut the plug off. That's the cool part about this. Now, because it is 3,000 plus watt hours of power, you're technically qualified for that tax credit through the Residential Clean Energy Credit Program, which is amazing. Standard 2.25 hour charge time on a wall plug with this device of this size. So 2.25 hours for over 3,000 watt hours of power. If you want to use, let's say, 400 watts of solar panels, 11 hours of charge time. You guys can charge it higher than 1,100 watts of solar panels if you want to. So you guys can get maybe like 4.5 to 5 hour charge time with that. That's up to you. If you want to do just the standard wall plug, you can. If you want to use wall plug and solar together, you're going to have it fully charged in under 2 hours without an issue. Now, you guys could run, let's say, Wi-Fi router for 66 hours, maybe a house fan for 60 hours. You guys could do a 5-watt light bulb for over 9 days without an issue. You could do that refrigerator for 1 to 2 days. You guys can use it as a UPS with that, of course, 20 milliseconds of switchover, which is quick. 0.02 if you guys are thinking about it. You could do so much more. Now, again, created with cell-to-body technology. It's going to do well with size comparison and usability with this. It's the 56% off. It is a crazy price point for this device. It's an amazing, amazing power station to be had. Now, you could do more than what we just showed you guys running it. If you want to, you guys could run so much more. There's no issues. Let's say you want to do a 330-watt rice cooker for 6 hours, maybe 800-watt refrigerator or stove or oven for 3 to 4 hours. You guys could do, I'm going to say like a flat screen TV, 30 hours. Maybe if you want to, you guys could run your 80-watt laptop, 36 charged is off of this. You guys can do about 300 cell phones on this, 18 watts of cell phone. You guys could do 12-watt tablet for 60 charges. If you want to do lawnmowers, you guys can plug it in. Hand drills. Like let's say a 1100-watt weed eater can do 3 hours of runtime. You guys can do a 150-watt hand drill for 9 hours. 30 to 34 drone batteries, maybe 300 GoPro cameras off of it. So it's got quite a bit of usability with this. It is the price tag. Now, it says it's 56% off. I'm going to go here with you guys. We have a 5% discount code for you guys watching live. Use it on this power station. Take another 5% off of it. Because it's over $1,000, you guys can do that. You're going to save a nice little chunk off of that on top of that, which is great. So, phenomenal piece by itself. It is a great price point. If you want to get it as a package deal, get it with 2 of those beautiful solar panels for $15.99. Still 47% savings right there. And then again, use that 5% discount code and save yourself a little bit more off of the purchase. You're getting the 3600 plus you're getting 2 200-watt solar panels for that $1,600 price point. Phenomenally well done system. So any questions about that one, definitely ask. We're here to answer. Now, we're going to talk smaller stations. Let's talk 300 plus. Let's talk 240 V2, right? So the 300 plus is going to be 288 watt hours of power in an 8-pound power station. Now, you're going to have the option of it by itself. You're going to have the option with it and a mini 40 solar panel, or you're going to have the option of it and a 100-watt panel. They have a bunch of different options for you. If you want it by itself, it's $199 in an 8-pound package. This is that 8-pound package. It's got that nice little handle. It's got that flashlight that does 2 modes of lighting, standard light mode or SOS pattern. You're going to have 12-volt 10-amp cigarette lighter plug. You're going to have a 15-watt USB-A port. You're going to have a 15-watt USB-C port. Then you're going to have a 100-watt bi-directional USB-C port, which means you guys can charge devices off of it or charge itself off of a wall plug. And that's where, of course, that nice little power brick would come in handy. So if you guys had that Jackeery 102-watt power brick, you guys can charge this device off of that. And that would make a great package, like a great little deal for that. Now, with that being said, you also have the AC outlet that does 300 watts of pure sine wave power. Can peak at 600 if you need, but it's nice and lightweight. It can do, of course, again, Nintendo Switch, 35 to 40 hours. You guys can do 12 to 13 cell phone charges. You guys can run your Wi-Fi router for over 14 hours off of this device without an issue. $199 is the price tag by itself. If you want to get it with the mini 40 solar panel, it's it's going to be like $293. Now, at $293, you're going to have 11-pound package. So you have that little piece and that little piece, and you're going to have a 7.5-hour charge time on the campsite up in the woods during fall, during prime fall leaf peeping time. And that means you're up and running. So this is a great package deal. So you guys have the option by itself for like $199, or with the Mini 40 solar panel for $293, which is phenomenal. It's a great deal. Or you guys can get it for $399, and you can get it with the 100-watt solar panel, which is going to be that bad boy right there. So 100-watt solar panel for $399. With the 100-watt solar panel, you should have about 4.5, 5-hour charge time with this or so. Remember, it only charges at 100 watts through that USB-C port, which is how this is going to work. So still, your charge time's just slightly limited. But great options with it by itself, with the Mini 40 or the 100-watt solar panel. Remember, all of the panels are fully waterproof, water resistant for harsh and wet weather. Can be left out in the snow, left out in the sun, or if you want to, leave it out in a rainstorm or a snowstorm. If you don't want a 300 plus, you don't have to have it. I get it. Maybe you want a larger station that packs quite a punch. Well, let's talk about the 4000 kit. Now, the 4000 kit's actually that ominous big stack sitting right behind me, the battery. That beautiful station right there, and 2 of the beautiful 200-watt solar panels. Now, this is a 43% off package deal today. Normally, it's like $4,400. It's $2,500 right now. You're going to get an amazing little power station right there and battery. This kit is 4,085 watt-hours of power in LifePo 4-cell fashion. Now, with this device, you guys can run a 200-watt desktop PC with the battery for 24 hours on this kit. The device is, of course, by itself 2,042 watt-hours of power by itself. Add the battery, it's 2,085 watt-hours of power. Now, with it, you guys can have it fully charged in 2 hours on a wall plug, or 2 hours with 6 of the 200-watt solar panels. Now, same can be said about the battery sitting right above it. It has a 2-hour charge time on a wall plug, or 2 hours with 6 of those 200-watt panels. And you guys can add 6 of the panels to that battery and 6 to the station on top of it. Now, the beautiful 2000 plus station has 5 AC outlets. 4 of those are your standard 3-prong outlets that are going to do 3,600 watts of pure, or 3,000 watts of pure sine wave power. I was getting confused with the one next to it. So 3,000 watts of pure sine wave power can peak at 6,000 for you. Now above that is going to be your NEMA style plug. That NEMA's plug is going to allow you to connect it up to your RV, your motorhome, or of course the manual transfer station on your wall plug. On the opposite side is going to be a 12-volt 10-amp plug hidden behind a cover. You're going to get 2 USB-A ports at 18 watts max charge capability and 2 USB-C ports at 100 watts max charging capability. And that's actually a really great thing with it on hand. Now, when we're going to go into this, because you can do a lot, with the kit, total kit that you have sitting here, your 500-watt refrigerator should be able to run for 7 hours. If you had 1,100-watt microwave, 7 hours again. If you guys want to do like an air conditioner, 2,000-watt air conditioner is going to be about 2 hours. Your 1,150-watt window AC should be about 4.5 to 5 hours. You guys could even do your induction coolers, your refrigerators, maybe a CPAP machine, maybe, you want to do a welder. You guys can actually connect a welder up to this. Your welder is going to give you guys about an hour and 10 to hour and 20 minutes of runtime in this device. If you guys want to do 120 cell phone charges, go ahead and do so. 90 drone batteries. Maybe you guys want to do 300 hours with the CPAP machine. Hey, be my guest. For this kit, at $2,498.98. Remember, there's a 5% discount code that's going to allow you to save a little bit more with that. So, phenomenal options. So, check it out, have fun, and enjoy this device. If you just want to get the station and you want to get 2 solar panels, it's going to be about $1,500. At $1,500, it's still a great price point. It's just minus the actual battery. Now, as a kit by itself, I'm going to tell you, it's going to do a 200-watt desktop PC for 12 hours. It's going to do about 150 hours with the CPAP machine. It's going to do a little bit less with your cell phones, but you still have that phenomenal charge time with it. I will warn you, though, with the 2000 Plus, you're going to have, of course, 3-inch wheels, a telescopic handle, and nice orange handles as well to lift it, carry it, roll it around. It can and will be able to roll it around on pretty much all surfaces without an issue. So if you guys need, check that one on out. Now, we have the 240 V2 and, of course, by itself for $179, or you guys can get it with that beautiful Mini 40 solar panel. 256 watt-hours of power in this. And it's a beautiful one. So it's a nice, smaller portable. It looks just like the 300 that we just showed you. AC outlet, flashlight, digital display, app control, 12-volt 10-amp plug, the same USB-A ports and USB-C ports as the 300 Plus. By itself, $179 is going to be your price point. If you want to get it with the Mini 40 solar panel, which I'm always going to tell you guys, the solar panel package is where I would go. You're going to get an 11-pound package deal for $248.99. That's a 29% savings. This is a great little piece, and it's a phenomenal option for you guys to have. So definitely check out the 240 V2 on top of that. Now, we're going to go into their largest station, and we're going to go here in great fashion. Now, we're going to talk about the 5000 Plus. The 5000 Plus power station, we're going to have to move cameras. We're going to come over here, and we're going to be like, hey, come on, let's do this. This is the 5000 Plus. It's the big brother to the 3600 Plus. Now, the 5000 Plus is 130 pounds. So do know it weighs quite a bit. It's going to take a little bit to move it around if you're trying to manhandle this device. Now with it, it is 5,040 watt-hours of power in this beautiful package. Now I'm going to zoom back so you guys can see both of these together. You guys see the 3600 and the 5000. You guys see the size difference. It's a lot bigger of a device. Now there's a few reasons. Bigger battery, extra options on said device. And of course, I hit the wrong camera. Let's go over here. Let's see that nice glare on that large display. You're going to have the 12-volt 10-amp plug for your cigarette lighter options. You're going to have 2 USB-C ports, 100 watts max of charging. 2 USB-A ports at 18 watts max of charging. You're going to see your first 4 of the AC outlets. These AC outlets will do 7,200 watts of sine wave usability. That's right, 7,200 watts. It's a lot more. This device is going to be for those of you that want to get up off of your electric grid and not have to pay your electric company. This is going to be for the homesteaders. This is going to be for the people that just want to have that backup power in those times of need for long periods of time. Now, the device by itself is amazing, just with the front panel and the battery size, right? Your charging times will vary, and there are 4 different ways of charging it. Technically, there are 5, but we're going to go with 4 of these tonight. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move the 3600 back because we want to flip this around. We're going to be greeted with, of course, the side panel. Now, if I bring you guys over here and talk about the first of these 3 plugs on the side panel, you're going to have your STS or linking cable or AC plug. This plug is going to allow you to link to a smart transfer station that will have to be wired up by an electrician to your electric grid on your house. Or it's going to allow you to link it to another 5000 Plus with the linking cable. You're going to have 2 NEMA plugs, a 14-30 and a 14-50. These NEMA plugs will do 120 volt or 240 volt chargeability, so dual voltage system right here. Now, if you have a linking cable to a TT30, you guys can connect it up to your RV, your mobile homes and stuff like that. Great options. It's a very cool piece. This first connection, if you have it connected up to the STS, is going to allow you to charge at 4,000 watts of charging, which is going to give you guys a 2-hour charge time. At 2 hours, you're fully charged with 5,040 watt hours of power, which is quick. It's crazy. That under 2-hour charge time is crazy fast. Now with it, if we roll it around, you guys can see how easy I am rolling this device around. We're going to move over here. We're going to bring you guys down to the side. Oh, I went a little too far, but you guys are going to see right here. You're going to have a couple connections. First and foremost is going to be the DC expansion port. This is for adding extra batteries. You're going to then have the 1,200 watts or 1,800 watts of AC charging capability. This is your wall plug. This is going to allow you to charge at 3.5 hours on your standard wall plug with the charging cable. Under the panel, if we pop it off and pull the panel off, you're going to be greeted with the first of the 2 solar panel charging options. This does 1,200 watts of charging through the 80/20 adapter. So low power solar array. At 1,200 watts, it is a 5 to 5.5 hour charge time, right? Still 5.5 hours. That's 1,000 watt hours of power per hour. That's a lot of regeneration for a lot of you. So you guys are good there. If you need to, though, flip this switch, connect up to your high power solar arrays. That's going to be like your large solar arrays on the roof of your house. Your movable ones out in the yard that, of course, shift with the sun. 4,000 watts of charging is inaccessible through that plug. It's going to give you, again, under 2 hours of charging. That in itself is phenomenal. Now remember though, you guys can also do solar and of course power charging together, and you guys can charge at a quicker charge rate. So there's technically a 5th way of charging, right? So that's the cool part about this. Now, by itself, that just says, hey, that's all I need to know. But that's not where they leave it. It's got a 0 milliseconds of switchover function, so it loses no data, no loss if you guys are connected up to that. By itself, it should allow you to run your house for a couple days. If you add 5 batteries, you guys should be able to run your home for at least 7 days with that capability. If you add it with the second 5,000 plus and 10 batteries, you're going to have 15 days of runtime. So you're going to go from 5 kilowatts to 30 kilowatts to 60 kilowatts of power. And that is a lot of power. This system alone should be able to run your house dryer for 3 hours. Your flat screen TV for 2 days, your 100-watt refrigerator for 110 hours, your 5-watt light bulb for about a few weeks, right? So wide range of usability, connectability with this 5,000 plus. Add batteries and you guys have an amazing piece. It is 31% off tonight. Normally it's a $5,200 price tag. You're getting the 5,000 plus and the 500X solar panel for $35.99. Crazy system, amazingly well done, and just what you should probably check out. It's a beautiful little piece. So any questions about that, please ask. We're always here to answer. Now we're at the part of the show where we're going to round this up and we're going to talk about solar panels, and we're going to show you guys a few options of these. First and foremost is going to be the 100-watt bifacial solar panel. We kind of talked about it for a second there, but let's go in here. The 100-watt bifacial solar panel is an IP68 rated solar panel meant to be used out in the elements. So they have a kickstand. The kickstand, of course, is nice and it's elastic, so it's going to allow you to set it at a 25-degree angle. And that is the optimal angle for this one because it charges from 2 sides. The blue side is going to be the reflective side through the monocrystalline solar cells. It's got riveted on snap rings. It's got riveted on handles to hold it. And of course, it is a tri-fold design. So if you guys look, three folds, but it goes quad panel. So it is actually a very long and beautiful panel. Normally a $300 price tag. It's $209 tonight. Now with this is going to allow you to do 100 watts of charging at 18 volts. It is fully waterproof, water resistant. It's going to do about 25% efficiency even in the lowest light settings. So overcast skies, a little bit shadowy, maybe a slight drizzle, it'll still get about 25% charge rate. And of course, the prime sun, gonna get 100% charge. Don't worry about it. Comes with the 10-foot cable, and the IP68 rating means you guys can leave it out in a snowstorm and it's not going to hurt it. You guys can leave it in a rainstorm. It's not going to hurt it. Dust storm. Wash it off with the hose and you're back up and running. For $209, you guys got a great solar panel that is portable, can be taken on the go or left at home, and it has handles. It's lightweight. Guys, this thing is lightweight. This is an amazing little panel that's going to do well for a lot of you. If you don't want the 100-watt option, there is a 200-watt option. What I can tell you guys is I have the 200-watt coming to me to show you guys the newer variation. I do have a video of the older variation, which is still very relevant for you guys to see. Just know that the 200-watt newer panel is a bifold design, not a trifold. It's going to do bifacial charging. You guys are going to get about 26.5% efficiency in charging in the low light settings. It's normally a $700 price tag. It's $378 today, which is a 46% savings. Again, bifacial charging, monocrystalline solar cells, fully IP68 rated, so like the 100-watt panel, can be left out in the rain, left out in the snow, left out in the sun, and still used for every variation you guys could ever think of. Set it up in under 10 seconds, you're up and running. Has a 10-foot cable. It's going to come with an 8020 adapter, probably a 7909 adapter, and probably a USB-C plug in case that system takes that. Now, what you're going to use the 200-watt on, most likely most 8020 adapter plugs. But it gives you the options because it's a standard cable, which I love Jackeery does that. So the 200-watt panel is a phenomenal solar panel for $378. Now, we were talking about that Mini 40 a few different times tonight. The Mini 40 is their smaller panel. This is a beautiful panel. It's $80. Normally, this is $129. Now, it is the size of a 3-ring binder. Guys, it is only 2.5 pounds. This can be fit in a backpack. It can be put in, of course, pretty much anywhere. You guys can carry it anywhere. It's lightweight. With it being the size of a 3-ring binder, it's 12 inches tall, 10 inches wide. At the thickest point, it's about a ½ inch thick, right? Which is great. Has the snap ring so you guys can actually tie it down. Has a magnetic clasp that holds it shut. The magnetic clasp is well done. Trifold design. Monocrystalline solar cells, but when you pop it out, it's a nice size. Hopefully I muted that in time. Now, when you pop it out, it's actually a decent size. Now, again, IP68 rated, so fully waterproof, water resistant for harsh and wet weather. Can be used for pretty much any option you guys have out there from the smaller stations, like the 240 V2, the 240 original, the 300 original, the 300 plus, the new 240D, which I believe is coming to me as well. But a lot of different variations. Because it's so small, it is the perfect option to be taken in that portability idea. This would be great for like a bug out bag. It'd be perfect for your kids going off to college. Connect it up to one of the smaller power stations and they could have their phones up and charged at times of need. Maybe their laptops or vice versa. Take it camping, hiking, guys. Put it in your packet. You guys can see it is very, very lightweight. The Mini 40 is a great option for those of you that need a solar panel of this style. I love that one. Now we're going to talk about their DIY panel, and I'm going to go into here. This panel is $179 today. It's normally like a $300 price tag. This is what's called the 100 Prime. Now the 100 Prime is, of course, I believe it's their only tempered glass panel. I could be slightly wrong. I think the old 80-watt panel was kind of tempered glass as well. But this is a 100-watt tempered glass panel that is capable of being mounted on your balconies, your roof of your houses, your RVs, your motorhomes, or other devices. It's got a full metal housing all the way around, which is actually rust resistant. But it is a beautiful, beautiful panel. Now, when I say it's tempered glass, it's tempered glass. There's no folding this, guys. And be careful around it. You don't want to break it. But it is still bifacial charging. So you have the front side that's going to give you your standard charging. And then on the backside is going to give you reflective charging at a 25-degree angle. Now, fully metal housing all the way around. Let me flop it around. You guys are going to see the backside. There are 12 pre-drilled individual holes all the way around it. Hopefully you guys can kind of see these holes. But they're pre-drilled all the way around, so you guys can mount them to the Z brackets that they include. So there are 4 Z brackets that's going to allow you to mount it on your house and other pieces. Comes with 8 self-tapping screws. Comes with 4 of the nuts and bolts that are all stainless and, of course, rust-resistant. You're going to get a built-in 10-foot cable with an Anderson clip. It has the Anderson plug on the end. Now, the Anderson plug is going to allow you to connect up to multiple 100-watt panels. If you don't need to connect up to multiple panels, they give you a 7909 and an 8020 adapter plug that connects up to the Anderson clip and then connects up to your devices. To get the optimal charge in low light settings, you'll need to have it at a 25-degree angle. Do you have to have it at that? No. You guys can lay it flat on the top of your RV, your motorhomes, your makeshift Volkswagen buses, or anything of the style. Connect it up to the 100+ power station, all the way up to the 5,000+, and you guys are up and charging. Do I recommend one of these panels for the 5,000+? No. Add multiple of those if you want to do so. And that's where you guys are going to be. Because you guys can link multiples of these together through the cables, you have that option. Phenomenal product at $299 normally, $179 today. This is your DIY panel bifacial charging. And again, fully waterproof, water resistant, IP68 rated. This one can be left out in the Arizona sun. It's not going to hurt it. It can be left out in, of course, your nice New England winters as well. It's going to be able to be used and not have to worry about it. But do be careful. It's glass. It can break. Now, with that being said, if you guys have purchased multiple items, make sure to use that 5% discount code on purchases over $1,000. Now, here's where I'm going to do a little spiel. We're going to be back here Saturday, I believe, and then Monday on. So, Saturday, we're doing one more show, and then, of course, Monday on is Prime shows. So, you guys are going to see us quite a lot around here doing a lot of different shows. If you haven't, hit that follow button. Hit the live notification button to allow you guys to know when we go live and when we do these shows. Now, with that, I want to thank everybody for being here, and we'll see you guys on that next show. Have a good evening, everybody. Have a great night.